Hello everyone. I know I am uploading a video after more than a year, but I can't resist myself talking about Pixar making a comeback for sure. With the release of Inside Out 2, Pixar has made the deepest work in their career. This video essay is me going deep into the movie and its scenes which were highlights of the movie. Before I begin, I hope you all have watched this movie because it'll be spoiling every single thing of this movie. And if you continue to watch this video even without watching the movie, I can tell that you will watch the movie with even more clear thought. In this video I'll refer to the original 5 emotions from the first film that are joy, sad, anger, disgust and fear as core emotions for better understanding. So let me begin. The movie begins with a hockey match as an introduction to our main characters Riley and emotions joy, sad, disgust, anger and fear. We see that Riley doesn't care much about anything and just be her and plays out. Anything like anxiety or embarrassment doesn't bother her. We see Joy and Sad having a little argument on going to the belief system. But Joy convinces Sad by saying, "Where I go, you go there too." This indicates that when you are happy, sadness is sure to come up. When Riley goes to sleep at night, we see the puberty alarm hitting up. Well, everyone can understand by this that the girl has hit puberty and is undergoing her teenage years. But then we see some people like construction workers coming in, tearing the place and reconstructing it. This indicates the changes a human goes mentally and by physique as well. We see them breaking the emotion console apart and going for a break. When the emotions click on the console, every emotion Riley shows is exaggerated. This shows that when kids go into puberty, they don't have a clear mental state. Ever happened to you that you were angry too much at small things? And after you become angry with someone, you feel extremely sad for doing it. For example, one of your friends forgot to call you when you told them and you screamed at them for hours, and when you came home you see your friend blocking you or ignoring you and you become extremely sad and realize what you did was overreacting. And ironically such overreactions are the highways for creating things like anxiety in us. When we speak to someone next time, we feel the fear that if we say something not appropriate we might lose that person. That is what also happens to Riley in hockey camp and also to us in real life. Another irony is that the main villain of this movie is anxiety, which technically is also a villain in our lives as well. After coming to headquarters, one of the first things anxiety does is bottling all emotions that are joy, sad, fear, anger, and disgust. This shows that after puberty we tend to bottle our core emotions up. We don't cry when we need to. We start taking deep breaths when we are angry, or we can't even shake our legs when we are scared because everyone around us thinks we are a child. You can also make a relation between old and new emotions in the film. When you start being sad for small things, you would be embarrassed. When you start being angry for someone's achievement, you would be envying. And on contrary, when you stop loving the things you enjoy, you are faced with boredom. You know how you would play with toys when you were kids, but now if you do it you would feel cringe. You can do it for nostalgia, but playing hours would simply make you bored, or rather cringe. I ain't saying it is boring, but you won't sit 1 hour when it doesn't involve any thinking skills, would you? After the core emotions break through the bottle, we see them struggling for getting back in the mind, which shows that once we let anxiety control over us, feeling joy is often tough. Hockey was something Riley played for fun and to spend time with friends, but now anxiety made that fun game into a war zone for her, which makes her be separated from her own friends. We also see the core emotions disgust, anger, and fear being mad at joy for not being correct. This shows that out of our suppressed emotions, disgust, fear, and anger gets control over our joy. We see anxiety changing her beliefs, and Riley starts forgetting she is a good person deep inside. She ignores her friends, says she didn't have a good time with them at the concert, whereas it was her favorite band. We see that she does it to please others and be cruel on her old friends when she should express what she likes. However, the FOMO controls her mind. We see the belief system changing from I am a good person to I am not good enough. This shows that the selfless Riley who helped her friend collecting coins fallen from her mistakenly is now a selfish one who would even injure her friend if she could be selected. The emotions of envy and anxiety did this to her. We see that when core emotions travel to the back of the mind and Joy starts seeing memories, he could only see all sad and disgusting ones. It was because he kept all memories of joy in the headquarters and tossed all bad ones. But rather bad memories are the ones who shape us who we are. Has it happened that someone failed an exam and was sad, but because of that bad memory they came out stronger in the next one? Fortunately, it didn't happen to me because I never failed any exams. At the climax, when core emotions ride the avalanche of bad memories to the mind console, we see anxiety taking all control and going hard on Riley. This shows how each person keeps losing their control in real life as well. Ever happened that you didn't know what to write in exams and you started breathing heavily and shaking your legs and your heartbeat get faster? Something similar situation was here, but instead of exams it was hockey. Anxiety was creating a brainstorm in her. Even after breaking the anxiety's tree of belief and keeping the things didn't help. Then we see that all the good and bad memories together making a root of belief system in the core. All of the beliefs of joy, fear, sad, anxiety, anger makes her a better person altogether. It isn't just joy who makes us believe we are a good person or anxiety who makes us think we are not good enough. Rather, our core beliefs, which are combinations of all good and bad things happening to us since our birth. And finally we see Riley playing hockey as she used to before. Not envying on anyone, not trying to be the best, not trying to injure anyone, but just enjoying it as she used to. Meaning when we overcome all the anxiety and envy is the time we again have the chance to live the life to fullest. In the epilogue, when anxiety again tries to create a fear of what will happen next, we see the core emotions explaining that any emotions can't control who Riley is. It means that our emotions shouldn't control how we are. Our emotions are our reactions and shouldn't be our thoughts. Reacting to a situation in sad or scared manner can be normal, but envying on someone's success and having the FOMO just destroys our mental peace. And explaining all these life lessons with a sense of comedy, emotion, a bit of goofiness, is what makes Inside Out 2 the best Pixar movie since release of Soul. Thanks for watching this long video. As a writer myself, I could go deep into the essence of the film and bring out all the elements I could make out. If you like suspense or detective stories, you can check out my blog Detective Darshan, where I write my detective stories. Link is in the description.